Top 5 end of the world predictions that might come true in 2022. Bars. Now, honestly, to keep it 100, I do not feel like the world is going to end in 2022. We're going to talk a little bit of history. We're going to start the video. I do, however, feel like pretty soon we're going to see something like major happen in this world where it's like, oh shit, I can't believe it. It's going down in history. I know what we're going through right now is going down in history. I'm not talking about that. I don't want to speak it up. I'm talking about like a tragedy type situation. I just feel like shit about to get weird. Now, I always was like, bro, just to entertain this title, I was like, if the world go, it's going to be by water. Peep this. Just to keep entertaining this title. Crazy, I'm watching this video. So recently, I've been looking. Have you heard of the Doomsday Glacier? No, you didn't, because you just watch fake pranks and Roblox videos on here all day. No, you didn't. It's cool. We're going to get started. We're going to start the video soon. I know you don't like this stuff. You ain't pay attention to school. It's cool. Peep. So I'm like, damn. I ain't going to get into everything that can happen because you can look it up. I'm like, that's crazy, because that means what I thought is could be a possibility. Some people was even saying stuff like it's a possibility of an ice age as well. I'm not really seeing that part just yet. But I was like, even if let's say if it does though, the crazy part about that is the only thing you can do besides being scared of shit is adapt. That is so scary to think about, dog. But dynamite, motherfucker. Let's go and start this video. My bad.
Number 5 on this list is a prediction from Nostradamus. All of these prediction videos need at least one Nostradamus appearance, and this time we're going to be talking about how he's predicted an attack on the human race from artificial intelligence. Nostradamus had a very famous collection of poetic quatrains called the Prophecies, which dictate things to come in our world. He's certainly been proven wrong several times, but has also had his fair share of correct guesses as well. This specific poetic quatrain is as follows. Robots will destroy mankind. Those of Lake Geneva and of Masson all assembled against those of Aquitaine, many Germans, many more Swiss. They will be routed along with those of the humane. So breaking this down a little bit, he says that robots will destroy mankind. And I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward what he's trying to say there. But then he talks about Geneva, Masson, and Aquitaine, which are all regions in France, and then Germany and Switzerland. He says that they will die along with the humane, so people. Now, I'm not really sure why he felt it necessary to specify those specific people and places if robots are meant to take over the entire world, but potentially they'll be attacked first. AI is getting more and more advanced every single day, and it is.
It really is, dog. I've already seen like all these videos with these little AI dog looking things. I don't know what they're called. I already seen hell of those. But I used to entertain that idea, like, man, I think robots will take over and kill us all one day. But I don't know. I slowly kind of went away from that one because it don't seem like, to me, it don't seem like it'll be a possibility that can happen. It don't feel like that can happen because I feel like man made you, man is going to break you. But who knows though? I don't know.
Be attacked first. AI is getting more and more advanced every single day, and it is proven that it can be vastly smarter than a human being. Providing this AI with consciousness is something that is still a work in progress, but many scientists, billionaires, experts on the subject, they all believe that AI will one day rule the world. From what I've heard so far,
I do think it'll get to that point, which economically, look, however you say the word, you know what I'm talking about. I do think that it'll be like good for like the rich, but hella bad for like the middle class and like the poor, because that'll fuck us all up, because it's like, bruh, these robots are just doing everything. Like basically the job field, you know what I'm talking about, whatever. So I do see it screwing us like in that matter, but as far as like enslaving us, I don't think that'll happen.
All believe that AI will one day rule the world. From what I've heard so far, I honestly tend to agree with them. However, I don't think that it will be a great war with laser beams and an actual battlefield like some may be predicting. I think that if they're gonna beat us, it's gonna be in a different way. I could definitely see something like this taking place though. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen in 2022, but with the way that technology is advancing, I mean, I definitely can't rule it out.
Bro, and I feel like Will Smith has been giving us hints about this shit. I ain't gonna cap.
Number 4 on this list is the eruption of Yellowstone. For those of you who don't know, Yellowstone is a super volcano that is located in Wyoming in the United States. Now I know that the term super volcano sounds like the coolest thing in the entire world, but I promise you that things would...
It kind of is, because what it can do to the fucking world. I don't know if you know about Yellowstone.
Wouldn't be super cool if this thing ever exploded. In fact, things would get very hot very fast. A super volcano's explosion is thousands of times more powerful than that of a regular volcano and extremely deadly. That's because this volcano is fed by several miles of hot magma underneath the surface. Now the magma, although it would be major and annihilate everything in the surrounding area, that wouldn't actually be the biggest problem with this thing erupting. It would be the ash. If Yellowstone was to erupt, then practically the entire United States and parts of Canada would get covered in several feet of ash, rock, glass. This would be enough.
I think, and what's funny, because I think, didn't we just watch this? Like, it was in one of those TikTok things. We just watched this one.
Kill millions of people, destroy all of the crops and agriculture in the area, destroy electrical lines, buildings, like, it would destroy a lot. All of this ash would have a dramatic effect on the air that we breathe as well. This could become extremely toxic to us and would then further kill millions of people. It would also have a huge impact on climate change too, and not in a good way.
Yo, because how would life reproduce? Like how would recreate, I should say, whatever words. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. Boy, I just don't know what words to put in there sometimes. Stop playing with me. Boy, I was hella smart in school, but still at the same time though, I needed some help too though, boy. Stop playing. But peep though. Forget it. I don't even want to talk to your ass no more.
Also have a huge impact on climate change too, and not in a good way. An explosion of this caliber would be so devastating that it's hard to even comprehend. Now the positive here is that most experts don't believe that Yellowstone is set to have an eruption like this for thousands of years. However, that hasn't stopped people from predicting that Yellowstone is going to explode this year or the next year or maybe even the year after that. In all honesty, even though scientists have a pretty good understanding of this, we never really know the full story. Yellowstone could just erupt whenever it feels like it, and there would be absolutely nothing that we can do about it. For now, we just have to hope that the experts got this one right and that we're safe for a little while, because living in an apocalyptic ash world, not my idea of a good time. Number 3 on this list is another one coming in from Nostradamus. It's actually insane how many predictions this guy made. He almost touched 1,000. This one though doesn't relate to a major
Hey bro, just out there guessing at this point. He just writes shit like, ooh, you know what's I'm thinking tomorrow what's gonna happen, cause I swear these things gonna pull up on the block, spray everybody.
AI attack, but has to do with the demolition of our world in a different way. A big meteor shower that could cause some cataclysmic disasters. Nostradamus writes, very near Auch, Lecture, and Mirande, a great fire will fall from the sky for 3 nights. The cause will appear both stupefying and marvelous. Shortly afterwards, there will be an earthquake. So once again, let's break down what Nostradamus is saying here. The places that he listed are all areas of France. Now he believes that this great fire from the sky, as he puts it, will happen very close to these areas. This will happen for 3 straight nights, and I can only assume that it won't only be the night, but he's probably talking about the full 72 hours of 3 days. This great fire will then cause an earthquake. Now, nowhere in here does he say specifically that the entire planet will burn or fall apart during this great fire. But if we were to experience asteroids hitting the Earth for 72 hours straight, and assuming that they were large enough to cause an earthquake to happen, then I don't see any way that our planet could possibly survive an event like that.
Oh my God! If that, bro, you sit down. We don't want none of your predictions. If that happened, that's... You know how crazy, and it wouldn't even be like on impact type of ish like we all go. It'd be like some of us would just be here experiencing this ish, like not for long, but fuck.
Quake to happen, then I don't see any way that our planet could possibly survive an event like this. If these veered off enough to land in the ocean, then the tidal waves that this could cause would be massive. Not to mention the damage to the people of France. Obviously, this is all dependent on the size of the asteroids that are hitting the Earth, but like I said, if they're big enough to cause an earthquake, we are probably...
I I was dating this girl who cheated on me with a girl in France. Motherfucker.
Asteroids that are hitting the Earth. But like I said, if they're big enough to cause an earthquake, we are probably all going to die in some massive natural disaster caused by these things hitting the planet for 72 hours straight. Number 2 on this list is a massive all-out nuclear war. This isn't a prediction from just one person, but by tons of people. A nuclear weapon has been used twice during warfare in human history, both times by the United States against Japan in 1945. Even though 2 doesn't seem like a lot, that is still way more times than this weapon ever should have been used. That is simply due to the
And we ain't gonna get conspiracy government talk. But have you been paying attention to what's been going on, the words that's been being said to each other lately? I was like, what if like another war soon just break?
in 1945. Even though 2 doesn't seem like a lot, that is still way more times than this weapon ever should have been used. That is simply due to the absolutely catastrophic damage that a nuclear weapon can cause. This damage comes from the initial mushroom cloud explosion that vaporizes and burns anything in its radius, and then also the massive fallout of radiation from an explosion of this size. The radiation poisoning will last for years and years, and is so detrimental to humans and the environment. The 2 times that the bomb was used was so disastrous that no one has used one ever since to target humans. However, that doesn't mean that we didn't continue to make them. Right now, the world is home to roughly 14,000 of these weapons. This number is honestly ridiculous, and even though it's been slowly dropping as people disarm them, it is still enough to completely annihilate the planet. Experts estimate that any nation that fired 100 of these weapons on somebody would actually begin harming their own nation by doing it. Not only would this completely destroy...
You gotta legit, like, bro, you gotta be hella mad to legit
in harming their own nation by doing it. Not only would this completely destroy whatever country was the recipient of 100 nuclear bombs, but the environmental pushback would be so costly that the country who released them would have mass deaths of their own. The amount of soot and ash that would fill the skies would cool the planet dramatically, as the rays of the sun would then bounce off of them. Lack of natural sunlight caused by all of the ash and the reduced precipitation that it would cause would greatly impact the growth of food. So much so that the experts believe most countries, they couldn't feed themselves. Basically, 100 nuclear weapons exploding is the magic number when it comes to world-ending scenarios. Nuclear war isn't guaranteed to happen, but rumblings of World War III have been going on for quite some time. The state of the Middle East is troubling to say the least, and I for one would not be surprised if somehow things escalated to a point where these weapons got involved and we...
I ain't talking about it, he talking about it, I'll let it go, what I say. You gotta pay attention in life.
Blew all of humanity into oblivion. Let's cross our fingers and hope that the people with the power to push...
And honestly, when it comes to all this stuff, I really don't. Honestly, I say even if you don't pay attention, I honestly don't. Who cares? If this shit happen, I'm gonna be 100% honest. If this shit go down and happen, what control you got over it? I mean, unless you somebody, unless you fighting. And a lot of this stuff I just be feeling like, cause you know how I get to thinking if I get in conspiracy mode, a lot of this shit is so controlled and planned anyway. Like I don't even be caring. We ain't about to go there. See. But even though I feel like that, I still like to pay attention. I still like to. It's just something about learning shit. It's like I still like knowing. I don't know if it's just a nosy thing or what. But at the same time, it's like I don't care. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Surprised if somehow things escalated to a point where these weapons got involved and we blew all of humanity into oblivion. Let's cross our fingers and hope that the people with the power to push the button think twice before doing so. Number 1 on this list is the melting of the ice caps. Ice caps are large, thick pieces of ice that cover big areas of land located at the North and South Poles. There are billions of tons of ice in both locations, home to many species. However, this stuff is melting, and it's melting really fast. In fact, people estimate that every single year we are losing anywhere from 750 billion to about...
I was way off different. I watched. Oh my gosh!
1.3 trillion tons of ice. Put that number in perspective, folks. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, and we are losing 1 trillion of those. That number is so...
I know it. Charlie, you already watched the video. I've been getting this comment forever all the time. I'm telling you, bro. Stop judging the book by its cover, dog. I had this dude who hated me, bro, no cap. Cause the way I talk. But I be good at shit. And I be smart, bro. I know the way I'm talking is not. The way I'm talking is not. He was so mad. Because when we debate, I was on the debate team too. When we used to debate, I was not on the debate team when he and we were debating. But whenever we had these debates on the game, whatever, and the way I come at him, and he'd try to hit me with big words like I wouldn't know what they mean and shit. And I'm coming back at him. It's like, damn. He's like, why you act like that? Like, you smart. And I was like, the fuck that mean? I don't know, nigga. I just grew up like this. Bro, I love and hate at school at the same time. Like, I just skip at the same time. Like, I was the one who asked hella questions. Like, I told we had to talk before. We're gonna talk about it again because I'm telling you now, if you that person, change that shit. I hate when people sit in school if they can't read, and so they purposely don't read, or if they don't know don't know the answer to something, so they sit there and don't ask. Like, that's stupid to me, dog. Because I guarantee you, when teachers tell you this shit, they really mean it. I guarantee you, about 80% of the motherfuckers in that class don't know. I don't care if you laugh when I ask questions. Like, when y'all see me on a few videos, I'll Mr. Ball and say some words, boom, boom, boom. I'll look it up. Like, what are you talking about? Let me see what this word means. Boom, let me learn it. I'm going to still use it in my way, talk the way I talk, but at least I know it. At least now it's in my memory bank. Stop playing. Charlie, you already watched the video. I know it. I'm going to get that. It's cool, man. I can't help it. Even though I hate half the shit that go in this world, I still just like to know what the fuck is going on in this world. I can't help it.
Human brains can't even really fathom what that looks like. This isn't slowing down either. People believe that 2022 could see a massive jump in the amount of ice that is about to melt. Now, maybe you're thinking, it's just ice. Why does it matter? Well, it matters because if all of this ice melts in the world, then New York City, Tokyo, Beijing, St. Petersburg, almost the entire state of Florida, these will be completely submerged in water. Island nations will be destroyed. The Central Americas won't really exist anymore, and climate change will skyrocket because our natural cooling system, the ice, will all be gone.
And they say this is happening now!
Cooling system, the ice, will all
Even
be
though
gone.
I don't believe it's gonna happen.
This is already happening in some places as well. Tuvalu is a Pacific island nation that is starting to evacuate their people to New Zealand because their entire country is getting flooded. Millions and millions will die, and millions more will become homeless. Ecosystems will fall flat, and agriculture will suffer. The climate will continue to skyrocket, and there will be no coming back from it after that. This also isn't even factoring in the diseases that could be released from these glaciers, because I've already covered those in another video. This is real and is happening right now and will
Diseases? How? I ain't know about that part.
already covered those in another video. This is real and is happening right now and will assuredly continue to get far worse in 2022. It truly is an end of the world scenario and needs to be addressed immediately. Number
They
5
already
on
said
this
people
list
out
is
now.
Malthusianism.
Fuck
Malthusianism.
you mean number 5, boy? Ain't this called top 5? Wait, my bad. Hold up. What is going on? You started over. 1 second. Hold up. We got another one or something? Actually, even if it is, I'm stopping here because I do on these type of videos. I do a lot of talking anyway, because topics like I love talking about stuff like this because it's scary and entertaining at the same time. And it's like, fuck, if that happened, that's scary. But being blind to it is so much better, but so much unsafe for your ass, because it's like, all right, if it happens, it's like, oh shit, it's kind of like if I was on a plane and the plane crashed and I'm asleep. It's crashing and I'm asleep. Don't wake me up. Just let it happen. So that's like kind of being blind to the situation. Boom. But let's say if you know what's about to happen, you can prep for it, even though you wouldn't know if it's about to happen. I'm just saying for situations though. If you can prep for it, you Batman motherfucker. If you can prep for it, then at least you know your possibilities are at least higher of surviving that mug versus someone who's just completely blind to it and bam, it just happened. So that's why I was like, bro, honestly, I don't care what side you on, dog. Some people just like, bro, I don't give a hell. I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn. I'm just living life. Whatever happened, boom, boom, boom. Some people like, bro, I don't know what the hell's going on right now, tomorrow, next week, boom, boom, boom. What's about to happen? How I'm gonna stay safe? Me, I'm just kind of in the middle. It's like, I get it. I want to know, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I'm not about to stop living. Hey. We'll do another part of this. We'll do another one because it was called top 5, but look like this. Well, I got Top 30, boy. Boy. You ain't passed that little math sheet they used to flip over. No, this might be a little compilation. You remember the one they used to give you in school? I used to kill in that one. I used to be waiting, boy. As soon as he say go, I be, boy, I dust you in that boy. Stop playing with me. Hey, I was going to get up out of here, though. We did a lot of talking about stuff. Some things I could have been wrong talking about. Some things I could have been right talking about. It's just ish. We just talking ish over here. That's all we do. I love these type of videos. Go and click that like button. Enjoy your day. I'm out.